Hey, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the in-game news and what's coming out and what's going on, and start talking about some ways that you can get ready using trials and available gear and abilities in the game that are going to help you get ready for killers and the content that's coming up to try and clear it pretty quickly. So we only have a couple of events, but one of them is really, really big and is one of my favorites. So let's talk a little bit about that. But first, before we do, we're going to talk about this Chronicle battle against Sin. So Sin, according to the wiki, is a fairy enemy. It has 100% to all resistances, which means you need to use an imperil, a good imperil of some sort to try and break the resistance and do some damage. You can only break Sin's defense and spirit, and the missions include, you can see them here, no KOs, 5 turns or less, and 4 party members or less. And that's going to get you all this nice stuff. The recipe for the necklace is pretty cool because it increases the modifier of evocation skills, which is very useful for evokers, especially older units who are maybe struggling to keep up with the current meta. So very nice. It does increase their damage quite a bit. And that's going to be Sin. It's going to be a Chronicle battle. We go in and fight, hopefully just one time and get all the good rewards out of it. But the bigger one, the bigger event that we've got going on is World of Visions. The Footsteps of the Summoner, which looks really cool. I'm excited about it. I love World of Visions events. In this particular one, we have 8 bosses, and their races include fairies, humans, beasts, reapers, machines, demons, and avians or birds. So we're going to need a lot of different types of killers. And at one point in every single stage, every element of that we can bring to our arsenal is going to be used somewhere in this fight. So it's pretty cool. You've got a lot of options for like types of units you can bring, magical ones, physical ones, fire and water and ice and dark, and bring whatever. There's tons of stuff to play with, and that's what I like so much about these events. But what I like even more than that is the time limited unique stuff that you can get from it just by playing the event and crafting. So let's take a quick look here. We got 8 different stages for 8 different bosses. You're going to be farming, and the good news is it is a rank 1 shareable event, so we can all go in and get that 10,000 Lapis. And we know that it's shareable rank 1 because there's a damage cap for the final stage, and it's only 10.1 billion. So it's not that bad. Or hold on, let me see. I made myself a note. 10.8 billion, sorry, 10.8, which is not that bad. If you've got some strong units, you're probably able to hit 10.8 pretty easily. There you go. So it is shareable rank 1. Get in there and get that 10k Lapis. We're going to work on it together and make sure we all get it as best we can. But like I said, what we're really looking forward to is the gear. So I'm going to scroll down here. Here's a list of all the gear we're going to get. And we're going to go through each one. We're going to start with the Besaid Blue Bandana. Here we go. Besaid Blue Bandana. It's an HP 1500, attack 52 hat with 20% water resistance and 50% fairy and reaper killer. So obviously we're talking about killers in this series. We love to get reaper killer and fairy killer on an item. And it's for physical and magical, and it's on a hat. So pretty much everybody can wear this and get some killers. We're excited about that. The Spirit Lance is an attack 215, magic 185, two-handed spear. If it gives 500 flat attack and magic to Kimari units. We're going to get a new one next week probably. And then this week we already have the Blue Mage version that's like from a year or so ago. So that's cool. It also gives 150 jump damage, or 150% jump damage, which is a nice big boost. I don't think this is really that much better than like Dragoon Kane's Chronicle weapon, but this is better for Kimari. So if you're going to pull for the new Kimari, you can use this to upgrade him significantly. And this is the old Kimari's STMR. So if you've got that laying around, you can craft this up and go from there. Pretty cool. Let's go down to the next one. I'm really excited about this one. The Medical Arm Guard is attack and defense 50 with 50% bird and beast killer. Again, killers on an accessory. Everybody can give this. You can give this to Liquid Metal Slime, and he's going to get beast and bird killer. So very, very cool. The Albed Diving Suit HP 1500, attack and defense 60 with 50% to all relevant stats. It's a nice little clothes. So that's not bad at all. The Phantom Ring. This is really, really cool, and this is unique too. Attack or magic and spirit 45, lightning, water, dark resist 10%. Whatever. But true double hand magic and spirit 50% on a ring. All right, on a ring. Very, very cool. So this is like the do not miss this item, because we've got killers, we got double killers on an accessory, a hat, and true double hand on magic and spirit on a ring. Lots of really, really good stuff here, but we're not done. We also have 2 abilities you can craft. The Never Ending Calm 5 has LB damage 50% and true double hand for attack and magic, and defense and spirit, but only if you're a Final Fantasy X unit or Final Fantasy X-2. So that's a thing. It's very limited and it's pretty strong, pretty neat, but you have to be a Final Fantasy X unit. Whatevs, right? But then the other one, Release from the Spiral of Death, it gives 180% Reaper as a castable ability that starts right at the start of battle. Again, only for Final Fantasy X units, but you could steal this with Zahn and spread it around, and everybody could have 180% Reaper killer buff right away. Pretty cool. So these are all things you want to farm up and craft. The names of the bosses are right there that you can use to get all these. We can see what we're going to be crafting. So you want to bring... After you go in and perfect score everything, we'll talk about perfect scoring in just a second. You want to go back in and farm using the highest EX level units that you can to boost your drop rate with these units. Okay, so scoring is like Dark Visions, where you get a point. You get points just for beating it. Max damage. We'll talk about that in a second. Damage received. You can take 5,000 damage or less and get a perfect score. Don't die and you get a perfect score. Make sure you hit the boss at least 6 times with the right element to get effective attacks, and a max chain of 100. I did mention that all these are cappable. I'm going to pull up my notes so I don't mess this up. The weakest stages, the damage cap is 1.1 billion. The mid-tier stages are 2.1 billion and 4.2 billion. And then the hardest stages are 10.8 billion. So that's not terrible. I don't think that's too hard. We got a lot of options, especially considering like star player Tidus gets stat bonuses for the event, right? So like these units, they get drop bonuses, and we've got a lot of options for doing damage, which is really cool. So go in there and perfect score. If you need help with it, we want to try and help out. So we will definitely do that, and we'll talk about how to do that. But as you can see, there's 2 events, right? So we've got the World of Visions, and we've got Chronicle Battle vs. Sin. Before I talk about killers, I do want to talk about one other thing, and that is this here, the exchange coin shop, the EX shop. So we get new units that we can get. Fina and Dark Fina fragments. Ignis is a good support. Reagan is an okay damage dealer. He's been far outclassed, but he's got some flexibility. Kunshira is not very good. Shadow Lord has some really nice utility for like mitigations. Sacred Shield Charlotte is a pretty good. It's still at a very viable magic cover tank, especially if your enemy is using ice or light. She's got a lot of utility. Does some really cool stuff for your party. Nice mitigations. Pretty good. So I would say that she's probably the top pick out of all these. Radiant Lightning is not that great. Citra is not that great. But you can also grab relics out of here to craft more Esper ore and other stuff too. And so EX coins, the shop is updating very soon. It's updating on September 1st. So definitely go in there and EX3 these units if you need them to help you out with things. This will be a new EX squad for us to try taking out some new units, some new trials with a new set of units. So I'm excited about that. Just to have some more options. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So now that we're done with that, let's go. We're gonna talk about killers. So as I said, I'm gonna pop this back on the screen really quick. We have fairies, humans, beasts, reapers, machines, demons, and birds. That's a lot. All right, I'm gonna try and not miss any. Birds. Avian Eater Sense from Scorn of the Genies we have done recently. Bird Killer from Archeo Avis we have done recently. So I'm not too worried about those, but those are the best options for trial rewards. Definitely go and get them. But for TMRs and STMRs, pretty much every bow or throwing weapon from a TMR or STMR has Bird Killer on it. And Weapon Specialist from Wild Rose Furion is exceptionally good. So go get it. It's good for lots of different things, especially lots of different things in this event. So Wild Rose Furion Weapon Specialist is going to come up a lot. That's birds. We've got spirits. Spirit Eater Sense from Gargantuan Grub in the Sand, which we're going to be doing tonight in one turn. Very exciting. Spirit Killer Plus from Scorn of the Genies Intermediate. That's a very, very easy trial, so you can go grab those very quickly. And then Battle Intelligence from Regina or the Blue Mage Dress from Blue Mage Fina are good Fairy Killer items. Reapers, you could get Undead Killer from Doulahan, which we did like not too long ago. Reaper Eater Sense from Stroper, which is not difficult at all. Conquering the Fear of Spirits, Scorn of the Ancient Hellbringer is not too difficult. Lots of options, and then some TMRs and STMRs that give about 50%. They're less good than the 75s, obviously. You got to do what you got to do. But it's there. Don't forget there's Reaper Killer in the event, so do the event. Machine Eater Sense from Doulahan, and then lots of good stuff. Mechanic for the Royal Family, Valued Memories, Last Guardian, Battle Intelligence again, Storm Bunny Jacket, Olive's Journal, Skeggy Old, lots of the good things for Machine Killer. Human, there's a billion different options. Trial rewards include the Cross Aigayan Arm, which is Two-Handed Fist, Mask of Ashura, good stuff there, and then some TMRs and STMRs and stuff. But you know, Human Killer is really common. That one I don't think we'll have a problem with. And then Demons, also very, very common. Crucifying Coercion from A Scorn of Ashura, the Darksteel Heavy Armor, Mask of Ashura, Force Mysterian from Lunaria, best in the game. We've talked Demon to death. And then finally Beasts, the Artemis Bow Beast Killer Plus from Scorn of Aemon, Valued Memories from Irvin, Infernal Battle Garb from If It Rain. You know, lots and lots of killers, so go get them. But the one we're doing is Spirit. And I said that we're going to be doing Gargantuan Grub in the Sand, Extreme version, in one turn. And we're going to do this with a very strong friend unit. So let me go ahead and swap over. You find this on the Nemesis pane in Chamber of the Fallen, and Gargantuan Grub in the Sand is right here. Pretty cool. So it's the elite version, so it's the hardest one. Our challenges are to defeat the boss with Limit Burst, no KOs, and no items, which is unique because if you look in its information, its powerful attacks can be prevented by using attack items. So they want you to use attack items, but then to get the best reward, which is the one we're going for, you don't want to use attack items. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and beat this with a Limit Burst. No one's going to die. We just got to find a good friend. So we're looking for a Chizuru friend, ideally one that has 300% LB damage, 300% insect killer because it's an insect boss. And we're looking. We had a whole bunch a minute ago. We're looking. Red is here. I was hoping for Squishy. Phoenix. 12. I love the friends list. I know I say this like every week, but man, the friends list is just like the biggest hindrance to these videos. Because the whole point of this team is we're going to be using a very strong friend unit, and then 3 units that don't have anything equipped. All right. Well, I was really hoping, guys, I'm sorry. But we're just going to have to grab the strongest one we had, which was Red here. I'm just going to take a look at Red's gear. To see, we've got 225 insect and 275 LB damage. I'm hoping this is enough. We're going to find out here. Here we go. Kind of geared interestingly, but I think it's going to be okay. So here's Red. We're going to take this one, and here's our team. So as you can see, Kaito and Sylvie and Roberta are not wearing any equipment. We're gonna have Kaito start in the shift form, and Sylvie is as well, and Roberta's gonna be in the base form. And so all that really matters is our Chizuru friend, and hopefully our Chizuru friend is gonna be able to take care of this. We're about to find out. Now, this boss has no weaknesses. You can use whatever you want, but it does put up an area effect that lowers earth resistance, which makes earth a really good option. So you can use earth to damage this boss. At least I think you can. Let me check. Let me check the wiki on that, because maybe you can't. I don't want to steer anybody wrong. Let's see. Gargantuan grub in the sand. There we go. Yeah, you can definitely use earth on it. It does not have resistance to earth, and it's only got 3 billion health. So we're gonna do pretty good here, I think. All right. So the way we're gonna do this is Kaito is going to use Great Wave Assault. So he's got to be an EX2 Kaito with his Limit Burst to do breaks and imperils. For Katana, and we're good to go there. Roberta is going to use an Insect Killer buff, Inferno Breath, and Support from the Skies to make sure that we are fully buffed up. There we go. Sylvie is going to use Leaping Love to buff LB damage, boost the modifiers, do all the things. There we go. So she's got to be EX2. Kaito has to be EX2, and Roberta can be whatever. She can be EX0 as long as her skills are maxed out. And then our Chizuru is going to tag team chain the Dual Blade Phantom Shadow. Now you could do this all at once. You could have Kaito go ahead and attack, and then Chizuru go on her own. We're gonna go ahead and send them together. Kaito first, then Chizuru. And there goes our boss. One turn, totally not threatening. Just bring the strongest Chizuru friend you have and do 3 billion damage. We overcapped it by a ton. That's power creep for you. But that'll get you Spirit Eater Sense, which is really, really solid. And it's going to be useful for a lot of stuff in this week's events, because you've got a bunch of fairy enemies. So definitely go and grab that if you never have. And that's what we've got. So we're all done for tonight. And we hope to see you guys live over on Twitch on Thursday night, where we hopefully going through the new stuff, working on World Divisions and farming and hanging out. I'm honestly just really glad to be back in the game with you guys and putting out videos and stuff again, being able to demonstrate things and talk about things. It's been fun to do discussions without the game, but I like playing the game too, which is the whole reason I make these videos, because I like playing the game. So hopefully you enjoy that too. And if you do, do the thing. You could like and subscribe and watch and all the things that help me stay motivated to do this. Helps me out a ton whenever I see a comment pop up or anything like that. It just gets me really excited, because I love engaging with you guys as a community. So thank you for that. And yeah, we're done. So I'm gonna go to bed, and we will see you guys on Thursday or whatever next video comes out. Maybe I'll put something out tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows?